Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, and it's Friday! Ain't that great? It's the end of the work week and the beginning of the weekend, and it is time to stomp with some giant robots. Today, I tried out a few things. I was testing a few things to see if I could do something interesting for today, something goofy, something silly, and all of those things fell apart on me. Turns out when you start modding the files and the files don't like it, sometimes the files fight back, and then suddenly you're verifying your file cache and reinstalling the game. Anyway, while I was coming up with something to do while my game was reinstalling, not a big deal, mind you, I decided, you know what, I just want to shoot PPCs at things. So today, we're taking off the limiter, and I'm going to roll out a squad, an entire lance of awesome AQs. All the PPCs that we can muster in the BattleTech PC game. But it wouldn't be fair to take 4 awesomes at 33.2 million C-bills worth of cost to not give the opposing team a little bit of extra juice. So I need to finish kind of tinkering with this. I don't want to give them an atlas. I love atlases, but I don't need one in every match. So we'll start with the Battlemaster. Unfortunately, the only thing between, if you go by cost, you got Battlemasters, you got Awesomes, you got Victors. You got Awesomes again. PPC one actually being the cheaper version of the 2 Awesomes by 200,000 C-bills. And then you're drawn into Orions and Catapults. So I'm going to give the enemy team a Victor. Battlemaster, Victor, Orion, Catapult. That's oof. That's a lot of armor to chew through. But to be fair, 3, 6, 9, 12 PPCs. We're going to focus fire these bad boys like you would not believe. Pilot-wise, I went ahead and set up my pilots to be good gunners because I want my PPCs to actually hit. I don't care about fighting fair necessarily. I mean, fair-ish, but like, I'm going to set up my lance so that it lands its shots. Pilots on the other side, I just left them alone. So, fair bit of evasion. Buckshot with her multi-target bulwark. And middling gunnery. It's fine. I'm going to take this out to... I want to go somewhere cold. So either... or somewhere with water. Actually, you know what? We haven't been on Big Lock in a while. I haven't played on Big Lock in a while. Let's do that. Sunset, twilight, foggy night, rainy day. Rainy day? Rainy day. Obviously, rainy day. Let's get started.
Deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
This is going to be kind of a slobber knocker because I don't know that I've played any matches above the 25 million C-bill limit. I've never well, with certain notable exceptions, like all Atlas type deal.
Command interface initiated.
I haven't tried to play one straight like this. An actual game of legitimate BattleTech. No weird mods, no weird changes to builds. I mean, the smart thing to do... I mean, if I'm going to play this straight, the smart thing to do is find a nice cozy spot. Get some cover. That's close to water, because I'm eventually going to have to get into the water if I want my PPCs to do anything worthwhile. And then hunker down, which is kind of not the most entertaining thing, but we've got some options. I haven't actually fought over this little chunk of island in a hot minute, so I'm going to actually start to move over in that direction.
I'm there.
If I could get into a long-range poke fest with whatever the enemy team moves up, that would probably be ideal.
Moving out.
Maybe not the most ideal, but probably ideal. And to facilitate that, there is that deep water that's hiding over here in the lake. We can use that to force the enemy team to either stay at range or move around us. Out of curiosity, how many of my pilots have Bulwark? Wildfire. Kraken has Sensor Lock. Apex has Breaching Shot. Sumo has Bulwark. So I actually want to move Wildfire. I think what I want to do is move Wildfire and Sumo up. I want to make them to be my front line because I'm gonna take the water up here. I think I'm just gonna park it.
Ready for orders.
So I want them to move up first, farthest, and I will nominally hold Kraken and Apex behind a little bit. It was posited to me, I think, in the YouTube comments, possibly also on the PNA Arcade forums where I hang out, that an interesting scenario to test some of the pilot skills would be to pit a lance of all evading pilots versus all bulwark pilots and see how that falls out. I think we would have to do that in multiplayer because I can't trust the AI to leverage the skills properly. I mean, I know they will use bulwark and have. I know they will use evasion and have, but I don't feel like the AI leverages any skill to the kind of extent that a real human player would. And I mean, depending on what you're looking at talking about, like if you're playing campaign, if you're playing the campaign game down the line, it doesn't matter if the AI doesn't use the skills to 100% effectiveness, because that you're only ever fighting the AI, so that's the thing you would be fighting against. So you should be ready for what it's going to do. But in terms of kind of measuring the relative effectiveness of those two skills against each other, I think what you want is a human-on-human match where both sides are trying to take full advantage of both skills. Alright, so I think we're still probably a turn or two away from getting into it, so I want Wildfire to move up to here. I'm just going to sprint. I'm going to sprint to position. Yep, I know. They're all back there. Everybody's back there. I thought about bringing the one pilot with Master Tactician to get somebody in phase 2, but I looked at her gunnery skill again and decided I actually wanted to hit with my PPCs in this game. So I don't think these guys are going to be able to get into line, and yeah, so here's my two Bulwark pilots. They're going to hunker down.
Ready for orders.
We're just going to move Kraken to position. Actually, no. Might be able to sneak a shot off here. If I just move to here.
Confirmed.
And throw a sensor lock on that guy. Battlemaster.
Commander.
Apex actually is going to get a chance to fire at it, so we'll take that. Why not? Let's get this party started early. Let's get these PPCs a-flowing.
Confirmed.
That is less impressive, but that's fine. The early opening salvo, no big deal. Not entirely sure. Okay, that was a jump. The mech jumped up and onto whatever formation this is.
Yes, Commander.
I think what we'll do, since the Battlemaster has not moved up yet. Actually, no, I'll move.
Yeah.
Ideally, I want Sumo and Wildfire to get their turn, including standing in place to catch Bulwark and then taking their shots.
I'm here.
Somebody's not going to get their shots, so let's make it Kraken, and let's use him to spot this Battlemaster again. Sure enough. Cool. Oop, that's jump. Alright.
Waiting for orders.
Wildfire, you can just hang out here and drill this guy, please.
Roger.
He's got some cover, so it's going to take a lot of PPC fire to work this guy. Oh no, he's running away. Don't, nope, nope. I need you to stay in line of sight, big guy.
Commander.
I need you to stay in line of sight, please.
I'll make them dead.
Firing our particle cannons left and right.
Standing by.
And let's finish it with a salvo from Apex
On my way.
as we leverage all of the heat sinking that this lake provides.
Target confirmed.
As we begin to pour charged high energy shots into that Battlemaster. Enemy team taking its sweet time to get into firing positions. Meanwhile, their buddy, the Battlemaster, is kind of just getting plowed.
I'm receiving you.
Which, thank you Kraken and thank you Harebrained Schemes for the pilot revision giving him the second skill of sensor lock, because that's not dumb at all.
Moving to position.
And I discussed this a little bit, I think, earlier this week when I was playing, or maybe it was last week, I've actually forgotten, when I was playing games trying to figure out lines of sight versus sensor ranges and blah, blah, blah. Like, it seems a little silly that a mech standing only this far away is not visible to me, but is what it is. And then the fact that sensor lock magically makes that mech visible, even though it's really only like probably 1 or 2 hexes away from the edge of my vision, the quote edge of my vision. It's not how vision works, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Sumo took a little damage, mostly to the leg. So let's unleash on the new target, shall we? Ooh. 80%. Those numbers are not great. All of a sudden, must be. Oh, it's the movement modifier. Oh, PPC to the face on the Victor, starting off hard, right to the grill. The enemy Battlemaster's like, I want none of this. I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Awaiting orders.
Sumo has the line. Terrible numbers comparatively. Got the obstruction. Yep, target moved, +2. His gunnery to start, which is only 5. Apparently the newer clones of Sumo
Make some trash.
have not been the sharpest as we work this Victor.
Aye,
Alright, Apex, if you would be so kind as to get a line on that guy. Yeah, they're all kind of obstructed, so we'll just take what we can find. Preferably in the water, preferably at... Yeah, there we go.
Moving
It's
to
alright.
position.
We got just the obstruction. Seems good. Stripped away all the movement modifiers.
Engaging target.
Opening up armor panels left and right. Enemy team finally figuring out there's things shooting at us. Maybe we should shoot back. I'm a little worried that this Victor is going to get salty and move up on me. Also a little worried that Apex is taking all this fire. What the heck?
Losing
Guys,
armor.
there's targets right down here. Right down here. Fire on them. Yeah, I know. Alright.
Commander?
Kraken gets to get in on this business now. Can we generate any movement modifier? Not really. So we're just moving for effect. So we'll move to there. Actually, I'm a little worried about that Battlemaster on the left side. I want to Nope. Kind of want to keep my front facing forward, so I'm just going to move. Actually, you know what? I could probably move here. Yeah, move here, break line of sight on the Battlemaster. Make him move to a better position. And drill the Victor.
Locking on target.
Catching the knockdown on the fatty. This guy's having a real bad day. PPC to the grill. Knockdown. Fails the seatbelt check. Oh, but he gets right back up. Let's see what your AC-20's got. Whiff-tastic is what that is. Sumo holding his ground.
Try and hit me for real.
Alright, Apex. Can't really move to a position that obviates the Orion. We can get to a position that clears the obstruction on this Victor in our line of sight. Make with the lightning. Center torso, arm. Victor having a very rough time of it. PPC shots coming left and right and center. Battlemaster finally figures out the hill in his way is in his way. Kraken taking some shots.
Reporting. Major armor lost.
May need to pull Kraken and Apex back a little bit to try and bait shots onto Wildfire and Sumo. But that's not going to be this round, because this round is going to be wholly dedicated to the destruction of this Victor. As we work off the left side, punching giant
Nothing I can do.
lightning-shaped holes in this Victor. Shot to the center torso or head does it.
I got him.
There you go. It took 3, but Sumo finally catches center of mass with his final PPC shot. Awesome team doing the good work. Some indirect fire missiles. A lot. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a catapult back there. That would be the catapult. Orion focusing down. Who's he gonna plunk? Plunking Apex. Ooh, Apex is gonna take some hits here.
They're blowing through my armor.
Might have to reposition and
Standing by.
maybe even
Standing by.
maybe even brace, because her stability damage is kind of up off the charts there. It's not great. Let's start to mosey my 2 non-bulwarked mechs over a little bit.
Moving to position.
I also should probably have turned a little bit more to expose my left side. My right side is dinged up. Oh well, what are you gonna do? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire these PPCs. Oh, working the right side of that Orion. Battlemaster backing up for no apparent reason. Oh, apparently to get fractionally favorable line on Kraken, but only fires like a third of his guns.
Commander?
Kraken, if you would be so kind as to move away from that Battlemaster. Let's try and give up the left side there,
Copy.
in case that Battlemaster gets salty. Drilling the Orion. Doing a good job. Oh,
Yes, Commander.
I get to keep firing, you say? Don't mind if I do. Catching the knockdown. Sumo's got garbage tactics. That's not great.
What's up, Commander?
Because that means, well, his numbers aren't bad. So, 115 plus 180 center torso is a lot, but 90 damage remaining on the right torso of the Orion is not. So, let's see if we can knock out an autocannon here.
Piece of cake.
That's halfway there. It's not exactly what I was
Oh,
hoping
look
for,
what you
but
made me do.
yeah, take it. the enemy team kind of not really.
Waiting for orders.
Not really. I'm not sure what they're doing. Alright, let's take so Tactics 4, Tactics 5, Tactics 4. Kraken actually is probably the
Standing by.
best shot for the job. Can we move a little bit more away from that Battlemaster and still get a line? Miraculously, somehow, yes. But it's obstructed. Numbers are still good. Turns out when you fire on mechs that are immobile, prone, knocked down, basically not moving around, they make real good targets. Let's blow off that right torso. Yep. There goes right torso. With it the autocannon and a good half of the threat of this Orion. Come on down, big boy. Let's see what you got. You gonna bring the salt? You gonna bring the salt? Yeah, he's gonna bring the thunder. Kinda just spraying it all over though.
Standing by.
And Sumo, it continues to stay braced, so he has no care for that incoming attack. Let's see, Apex will move you down the way. Turn our left side toward the Battlemaster, keeping the Orion in our sights.
Firing on target.
And now the Orion has no guns, which means it's gonna have to engage in the gentlemanly art of mech pugilism if it expects to do anything of consequence. Meanwhile, this Battlemaster
Oh! I'm wounded.
gets a lucky hit on the cockpit, hitting the cockpit glass. I wish the AI, and there was a Q&A actually regarding the AI from Harebrained Schemes in the last day or so. I have not watched it. I will go and watch it next. But like the AI, there's no reason the AI shouldn't be down in the river here firing at short range. Why it's putzing around up on this hill here is just absolutely beyond me. I do not understand what's going on here. Wildfire is going to have to move. Sumo probably should. Should we get Battle Fisty? I think we maybe get Battle Fisty. We know this Orion's going to be coming at us, so we may as well get the jump.
Heading out.
Also, since the Orion has no left or right sides, odds are pretty high we're going to just plunk him in the center torso. Wildfire, can you do me a solid and end this guy? 5 structure in the center torso. Even if she misses with the melee attack, which she probably won't. Well, hit the leg. Got the laser to go. And the laser missed.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative damage.
Wow, that's about as bad as it could have gone. Short of a double miss. That was impressive. Wildfire. Gonna have to send her back to the training simulations for some melee mech combat work. You can't see it right now, but I'm shaking my head. Alright.
Yes, Commander.
I don't really like to keep my back exposed to this Battlemaster over here, so I'm going to let the rest of the team finish the job there, and I'm going to have Wildfire turn around. I'm going to do the thing that you're not supposed to do. I'm going to split the team.
10-4.
Just going to have her turn around and brace. The Battlemaster is not in a spot where we can get to it. Ryan's going to get up. He's going to do anything of consequence. Here comes from the top rope. Ooh, right to the center torso of Sumo's. Awesome. Sadly, not going to be enough.
Orders.
Sumo.
Right here.
Let's find Sumo.
Awaiting
There we
orders.
go. Or can we back him up? Not far enough for my tastes. I'd love to just drill this guy with PPCs, but I think I'm going to end up too close. Yeah, that's not great. Although it's got 5. It's got 5 structure in the center torso. Let's just do this. Back up, turn around.
Aye, aye.
Watch all 3 PPCs whiff, and then the small laser, the pity laser, actually get there. Let's go.
Gonna make some trash.
Miss, miss, miss. Pity laser for the win.
That's cute.
We call that the carving laser. Because that guy is Thanksgiving turkey. Alright, Battlemaster moves down around. Does the thing I was hoping for, which is just kind of shoot at Wildfire, because she's braced. So, let's get Kraken and Apex moving along to take care of this problematic catapult.
Move order confirmed.
And by problematic, I mean inconsequential. Get wrecked.
Engaging target.
Ooh, a couple shots to the torso.
Commander.
Kraken looking to follow up with his own.
Locking on target.
Lots of shots to center of mass. This catapult's going to go down very quickly. But not before pouring all of the missiles into Apex.
I'm hit.
Catches one on the cockpit glass. We're fine. Everything is fine. We have our entire team's worth of attacks yet. Sumo, I need you to turn around and actually do some more work here. Also, you probably wouldn't hurt to take focus on this. I'm going to take focus on this.
Who wants some of this, huh?
Let's get this move done. Line up the shot. Got all the heat in the world because we've been standing in a lake the whole time. Good shots, although I would have preferred him putting those on the Battlemaster's right side, not the left. That's fine. If we take the left, that's the SRM and a trio of the lasers. Sumo taking... Oof, there we go. See, that's the kind of thing you want to see out of a Battlemaster. You want to see just a freaking light show. That seems like a waste. Although, yeah, rear armor panels weren't actually damaged, so...
I'm here.
Wildfire gets to do what she does best. Stand there and shoot at things. Kind of working this Battlemaster over.
I'm here.
Alright.
Aye, aye.
Apex and Kraken.
Moving out.
Try to close distance on this catapult, make it unpleasant for him. Catapult has 75 structure in the center torso left, so 2 PPC shots to center mass will kill it. Not quite, but I think one of them landed. One of them did, and actually I miscounted. It braced itself.
Ready for orders.
So now I need to, because they're only doing 25 damage apiece. 50 damage left on the center torso of the catapult. Not going to get there this turn, but we're going to catch a knockdown, which does not hurt at all. At least doesn't hurt me. Hurts this guy real bad.
I'm under heavy fire.
Alright.
Standing by.
Take a shot at this Battlemaster. Get a shot on it before it shoots back. Actually, you know what? Let's make this... Nope. Let's back up. Let's make this Sumo so we can activate his Bulwark, which has been doing us fine work in this match today. There you go.
Scored a critical hit.
Solid shots with the PPCs. Getting knockdowns everywhere. High velocity, high energy particle cannon fire. Does have a certain amount of impulse to it. But the Battlemaster gets right back up, as expected. Is he closing to salt distance? No, he's crossing the fire line. Trying to get lucky
My armor
shots.
is getting ripped off.
Lucky shots on Kraken before he gets drilled by the rest of
Receiving you.
the A-team over here. Ooh, those numbers suck. We're probably a smidgen too close, aren't we? Yep, we're a smidgen too close. Time to
All right.
back up ever so slightly. And drill him again. Continue the barrage, please. Left side. Completely removed. Battlemaster in rough shape.
I'm here.
Back to the B team. You know what? Standing still for Kraken is maybe not the best idea. Let's continue to rotate the team.
Orders.
So, what do we got going on here? Left side of the catapult is a little weaker, so I don't feel so bad moving into its left arc. Turn over here. Get the line up that nice broadside shot on the catapult. Look at that, we're finally starting to generate heat. As the braced catapult takes the hits. Kraken is going to probably not get coverage here from the Battlemaster. Yeah, not really. It can see it through here. But now I'm not giving up my back, I'm giving up my left. Which is not the worst thing. Let's line up the shot in the catapult. Again, 2 shots center mass kills it.
Engaging with target.
Got the left side of it though. And we put another hit into, a little bit of a hit into the center torso. I think that's going to be a little too little, a little too late there, catapult pilot. That doesn't seem like you're going to quite get there with that. Wildfire. No need to move. We're at proper range banding. Ooh, Battlemaster. Getting spicy. But that is not going to be enough.
Getting banged up pretty good.
Standing by.
And standing still is just giving... Oh, he's got bulwark too. Alright, let's see what we can figure out here. Gotta
I'm there.
move Sumo back ever so slightly. To give him those sweet, sweet 85% chance to hit. Oh, there you go. That last shot
Got a crit.
went center torso. Or some torso. I'm alright with that.
Ready for orders.
Back on right flank.
Commander.
Let's go to... There we go. That's what we like to see. Kaboom, kabang, kapow. Thor and Zeus's chosen weapons getting the work done on that catapult. Lightning in a can, they call it. Couldn't tell you why,
Confirmed.
except for this. Oh, it's so pretty when it's the really longer, the mid to long range PPC shots are so pretty. That energy trail behind the projectile is just so nice looking. It's like, ew. I kind of wish it would fire all 3 of them at once, and you just got this like triple barrage shot. But alas, that's not how this game works. Oh, is he gonna sneak one in on Kraken? Doesn't get the job done.
That shot got past my armor.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yes, Commander.
Alright. I want to continue to leverage the 150 damage worth of PPCs here, if at all possible. But might be a trick, because he's a little too close. Yeah, alright. What's this guy at? His left side's tore up. 55 center torso structure left. He chose not to brace. I think. I know Wildfire, I keep asking you to do this, and this is not exactly your strong suit. But if you would be so kind as to maybe get to the left and slightly behind this guy and punch out his engine, please.
Move order received.
I mean, use the pity laser. Oh, never mind. No need for the pity laser because we plowed through.
Mission
So I think the next time I take out a quad of awesomes or something along this level of mass, I'm going to have to give the enemy team more mech. Because clearly, the enemy team could not get it done today. And we came out pretty good. Honestly, like, if this were a campaign game mission, I think you'd be coming out of this feeling really good. No critical hits. We only suffered critical structure damage on 2 of the 4 mechs. Not enough to lose anything. Although, as I'm looking at it, Apex's right torso has 1 structure left. Yep, 1 structure left. So, better lucky than good. I'm okay with that. Bulwark clearly doing the job, as neither Sumo nor Wildfire have taken any armor blow-throughs. Although it should be pointed out, in half of those cases, maybe more, I wasn't keeping track, they were bulwarked and then the enemy team shot at Apex and Kraken. Which is... I get it. You shoot at the softer targets, but it feels like Bulwark is 1 part damage prevention, 1 part aggro prevention. I don't know, something the AI likes to, and I get, I to a certain extent I get why the AI would not want to shoot at bulwarked targets. You know, you don't want to shoot at covered targets because it's reducing your damage. I've said it time and time again this week. Damage race. If you're shooting into covered or bulwarked targets, you're setting yourself behind in the damage race. But then the AI was also not doing itself any favors in terms of the damage race overall anyway. So... But a good match, nonetheless. I really do like to kind of take some time sometimes to just sit back and just fire giant barrages of PPCs, because they look really good in this game. The PPCs look really good. Can't wait to see what kind of variant PPCs we will get come campaign game time, what the different manufacturers out there are going to be giving us. Get ourselves a Lord's Light PPC, perhaps. They got some great names. But that's in the future, and in the present, in the right now, that'll be all for today's BattleTech in the morning. 14 rounds, 31, not quite 32 minutes. Almost exactly 32 minutes. As we clean sweep the enemy forces off of the battlefield with our bottled lightning. Feels good. I like it. And that'll be all. As I move off into the weekend, I wish all of you, I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, a wonderful weekend. Go out and enjoy the weekend. Or stay inside and play more video games. It's cool. I'm down with whatever. But that'll be all for me today. I am, humbly, as always, Captain Nips. And I will see all of you in the next video.